It was supposed to be just another walk home. But for 24-year-old Sarah Whitmore, August 14, 2012, became the night she should not have survived. And yet, she did. Sarah lived in a quiet pocket of Missoula, Montana. Small-town charm, big-town secrets. She worked nights at a local diner, the Velvet Elk. Left her shift at 11:06 p.m. as captured by CCTV. 3 blocks from home, a dark-colored van began trailing her. Unnoticed, silent, waiting. At 11:19 p.m. the van sped up, pulled beside her on Oak Ridge Avenue. The side door flung open. A masked man jumped out, gloved, prepared, predatory. He shoved her inside. No witnesses, no screams, just a single flip-flop left behind on the sidewalk. She was barefoot, freezing, but alive. She told police the man had kept her in the back of the van, made her recite her name, her age, where she worked. He never hit her, never touched her, but watched her, and whispered, "You weren't supposed to be there." The investigation started slowly, almost painfully so. Detectives combed through every detail, retracing steps, trying to piece together a timeline that just didn't seem to make sense. For every answer they found, 2 more questions seemed to pop up. It was, honestly, like chasing shadows. Each day brought new leads, and each lead, well, seemed to fade into nothing just as quickly. Still, they pressed on, determined to find the truth, no matter how dark it might be. He drove for hours, stopped, started again. At one point she believes he cried. Then, without a word, he let her out, said, "Don't look back, don't tell anyone."
He had a map with pins in it, photos. One of the pins had my name, but crossed out in red ink. I don't know why.
The FBI joined the case within 48 hours. The evidence? Chilling, unsettling. A fingerprint partial, on the inside of duct tape, too smudged, unusable. A tire track, Goodyear all-terrain common in that region, but inside the van, never found. Only fragments of Sarah's story, and the one thing he left behind, a single photograph dated 2 months earlier, of a different woman, smiling, unknown, never identified. Profiler notes called it, an aborted abduction with ritual intent. But ritual of what? Why her? And, why let her go? Sarah described her abductor as meticulously calm, around 5'11", athletic, no accent, surgical gloves, clean breath, no scent. She remembered one more thing. He wore a bracelet, silver with the engraving H.L.W. Find Your Peace. Authorities combed through every name with those initials in 3 states. No match, no arrest, no trace. And then 2 months later another woman vanished. Same age, same profile. This time from Spokane, she was never found. The FBI won't confirm a link, but Sarah believes it was him. The same van, the same type of night. Her case remains open. Active, a red file that refuses to close. The FBI won't confirm a link, but Sarah believes it was him. The same van, the same type of night. Her case remains open. Active, a red file that refuses to close. Was she a mistake, a warning, or something else entirely? She was let go? But why? The killer's only mistake was letting her live. If you know anything about the man with the initials H.L.W., please contact Vanished Whispers or your local authorities. Someone out there knows the truth. Subscribe for more chilling real-life mysteries, only on Vanished Whispers True Crime, where silence has a story. Gap-2.5s. I was jogging that night, around 11:15. I saw a van parked under the streetlight, engine running. I thought it was odd, but I kept going. When I looped back, it was gone. I didn't see anyone inside. Just a feeling, like I was being watched. Gap-2.5s. Dispatcher, 911, what's your emergency? Caller, there's a shoe on the sidewalk and a purse. No one's around, it's just sitting there. Dispatcher, can you describe the location? Caller, Oak Ridge Avenue, near the old playground. It's really quiet, too quiet. Voiceover. Police found a strip of duct tape, sticky side up, with a single strand of long blonde hair. DNA, inconclusive. The tape was folded, as if someone changed their mind at the last second. The lab tech said it looked like hesitation. Voiceover. Gap-2.5s. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived at the police station. No return address. Inside, a photo of Sarah taken the night of the abduction. On the back, a message. You missed something. The handwriting was neat, almost careful. The case took a darker turn. Voiceover, gap-2.5s. Months passed. The case file was moved to cold storage, but every year, on August 14th, someone leaves a single red rose at the police station door. No note, no camera footage, just the rose. The mystery remains, unsolved, waiting. Voiceover. The night of the incident, not everyone was asleep. At 11:43 p.m., Mrs. Evelyn Grant, who lives 2 houses down, was gazing out her kitchen window, unable to shake a restless feeling. In her official statement, she recalls seeing a dark sedan parked in the driveway across the street, a car she'd never seen before. The engine idled, headlights off. 2 figures stood by the passenger side, one hunched, the other pacing. Mrs. Grant admits she almost called the police but second-guessed herself. Maybe it was nothing, she says, her voice wavering, but then, she describes a sharp, muffled cry, quickly silenced. Her hands shook as she clutched the phone, frozen in fear. Moments later the sedan sped away, taillights flickering in the mist. The next morning she noticed a thin gold chain on the sidewalk, something she'd never seen before. She handed it to the authorities, but it was never claimed. Mrs. Grant still wonders if she could have done more. Her statement adds another layer to the mystery. Who were those figures in the driveway? Was the gold chain a clue, or an unrelated coincidence? The answers slipped away into the night, deepening the shadows that still linger over the case. Voiceover. The cold, fluorescent lights buzz overhead as Detective Ramirez faces the primary suspect, Mark Ellison, across a metal table. The official transcript captures the rising tension. Detective Ramirez. Mark, you said you were at home all night on June 17th, but several witnesses place a car matching yours near the scene. Why did you leave out that detail? Mark Ellison, shifting in his seat. I was just out for a drive. Needed to clear my head, that's all. I didn't see anything. Detective Ramirez. And yet, security footage shows your car parked just 2 blocks away from the victim's house. Can you explain that? Mark Ellison, voice faltering. I must have stopped for coffee. I don't remember exactly. It was late. Detective Ramirez. Your phone records show you called the victim twice that night. Why? Mark Ellison. We were friends. I was worried about her. Detective Ramirez. But you told us earlier you hadn't spoken in weeks. Mark Ellison, defensive. I forgot. It was just a quick call. No answer. Voiceover. The inconsistencies pile up. Mark's story shifts under pressure and a new motive emerges. Financial records reveal a recent argument over money, and text messages hint at jealousy. As Detective Ramirez leans in, the suspect's mask begins to crack. Detective Ramirez. Mark, you need to tell us the truth. What really happened in that driveway? Voiceover. The transcript ends with Mark silent, staring at his hands. His evasions and the newly uncovered motives cast a long shadow over the case, raising more questions than answers. Voiceover. In a stunning development, investigators uncover a hidden diary tucked beneath loose floorboards in Sarah Whitmore's bedroom. The battered leather cover is etched with faint initials, H.L.W, and inside, the pages are filled with cryptic entries, strange symbols, and fragmented thoughts. As detectives carefully leaf through the diary, one entry stands out. He watches from the driveway again. I know what he wants, but I can't let the truth come out, not after what happened last summer. The handwriting grows frantic, words trailing off into smudged ink. Other entries mention late-night phone calls, secret meetings, and an unnamed figure she refers to only as the Watcher. One chilling passage reads, "If anyone finds this, I'm sorry. I never meant for it to go this far. There's more to lose than just my own life." The diary's contents sent shockwaves through the investigation. Was Sarah hiding a dangerous secret? Does the Watcher refer to Mark Ellison or someone else entirely? And what happened last summer that she feared so much? The hidden diary raises more questions than it answers, casting doubt on everything the investigators thought they knew about Sarah's disappearance and about those closest to her. As the pages are analyzed, the web of secrets grows ever darker. Voiceover. As detectives pore over Sarah's diary, a deeper story begins to emerge, one that lives between the lines, stitched together by memories and silent pain. Through fragmented flashbacks, we witness Sarah standing in her dimly lit room, staring at her own reflection, her face etched with worry and longing. The echoes of laughter from a distant summer drift through the air, quickly replaced by the sharp sting of betrayal. Suddenly, a memory surfaces. Sarah on the porch at dusk, a shadowy figure waiting at the end of the driveway. Her heart pounds. The figure steps forward, and in a trembling whisper she murmurs, "Why are you here again?" The man's face is obscured, but his voice is unmistakable, a voice Sarah knows all too well. In another flashback, Sarah clutches a phone to her chest, tears slipping down her cheeks. "I can't do this anymore," she confides to the darkness. "I thought I could trust you." The screen flickers with images of secret meetings, hurried conversations in parked cars, coded notes passed between hands, and a single desperate embrace. The twist becomes clear. Sarah's connection to the perpetrator isn't just that of victim and stalker. They share a past, a secret pact forged in the heat of last summer's tragedy. The Watcher is not only someone she fears, but someone she once loved, someone she tried and failed to protect. The guilt gnaws at her, turning her every day into a silent battle between loyalty, fear, and the desperate hope for escape. Sarah's internal struggle reveals a chilling truth. Sometimes the greatest danger comes not from strangers but from the bonds we cannot break. Her memories blur the line between love and terror, casting the entire investigation in a new and haunting light. Voiceover. In the hush before dawn, the pieces finally fall into place. The detectives, weary but relentless, retrace Sarah's last movements with newfound clarity. The diary, the coded notes, the shadowy driveway visitor, each fragment now forms a complete portrait. The Watcher's true identity is revealed: Michael Lawson, Sarah's childhood friend, and the very neighbor who comforted her grieving family on those sleepless nights. His voice, the one she knew too well, wasn't just a haunting echo from her past. It was the voice of a man twisted by guilt, obsession, and a secret pact made in the aftermath of tragedy. Flashbacks fill the screen. Michael and Sarah, bound together by the accident that claimed her sister's life. A secret they vowed never to tell. But the weight of that promise corroded Michael's mind, transforming his love into a desperate need for control. His presence, always lurking, was both protection and threat, driven by the belief that only he could keep Sarah safe from the truth. As detectives confront Michael in his cluttered garage, the evidence is undeniable. The hidden diary, the surveillance tapes, the torn photograph of Sarah and her sister. Michael's confession is both heartbreaking and horrifying. "I never meant to hurt her, I just couldn't let her go. I thought if I watched over her, nothing bad would happen again." Sarah, in the safety of the precinct, faces the man she once trusted. Tears stream down her face, but her voice is steady. "You can't protect me from the past. You can't protect me from you." The case is closed. The Watcher is behind bars. Sarah's family begins to heal, the community exhales, and the detectives file away the last report. But the scars remain, a reminder that the most dangerous secrets are the ones buried deepest in the heart. As the screen fades to black, the story leaves us with a final truth. Sometimes the greatest monsters wear familiar faces, and the road to healing begins only when the whole truth is finally set free. Voiceover. Just as the dust begins to settle and the town dares to believe the nightmare is over, a single ring shatters the silence of the precinct. It's well past midnight. The detectives, weary but vigilant, answer. On the other end of the line, a voice, distorted and mechanical, cloaked in static. "You think you've found your monster," the anonymous caller whispers, their words slicing through the darkness. "But you're only halfway there. Look deeper. The map in the diary, there's a mark you missed. Not all secrets belong to Michael Lawson." The line goes dead. The screen flickers with images. A shadowy figure slipping a crumpled note beneath a rain-soaked door. A gloved hand tracing a circle on a faded map. Detectives exchanging uneasy glances as cryptic clues and coded messages materialize on their desks. The tipster's information is chilling. Hints of a second Watcher, another presence lurking in the background, manipulating events from the shadows. Is this a cruel prank? Or has the truth been buried even deeper than anyone imagined? The detectives, plagued by doubt, reopen files and re-examine evidence. Every shadow in every photograph becomes suspect. Every note, every whisper, every memory, suddenly, nothing is certain. As the music swells, the audience is left suspended between relief and dread. The story, it seems, is far from over. Who was the midnight caller, and what secret still waits to be uncovered? Voiceover. In a softly lit room, Sarah sits across from her therapist, hands trembling in her lap. The world outside is hushed, as if holding its breath. Shadows play across her face, each flicker echoing the turmoil within. The therapist's voice is gentle, guiding. "Let's go back, Sarah, only as far as you feel safe." Sarah closes her eyes. Fragments surface, blinding headlights, the sharp scent of rain, the scrape of gravel beneath hurried footsteps. Her voice quivers as she speaks. "I remember his watch, the ticking, it never stopped." Fleeting images flash on screen, a gloved hand, the glint of a wristwatch, the edge of a torn photograph. Tears well in her eyes as memories ripple, unspoken threats, a lullaby twisted into a warning, the creak of a door in the darkness. There was someone else, watching. I felt it, but I couldn't see. The therapist leans in, supportive but silent as Sarah's breathing grows ragged. A close-up on Sarah's face captures the rawness of her pain, the weight of truths long buried. I tried to forget, to be normal, but the shadows, her voice breaks. They never left. As soft piano notes linger, Sarah's confession marks a turning point, not just in the investigation but in her healing. The session ends, but the echoes of her memories remain, haunting and unresolved. The camera lingers on her tear-streaked face, the flicker of hope and terror mingling in her eyes. The truth, it seems, is not just buried in evidence but within Sarah herself. And as her memories bleed into the present, the story becomes more personal and more chilling than ever before. Voiceover. In the dim glow of the precinct's evidence room, the air crackles with anticipation. Rookie Detective Jamie Brooks, sleeves rolled up and brows furrowed, pores over the case files spread chaotically across the table. The evidence board looms nearby, covered in photographs, red string, and question marks, a silent testament to months of frustration. Jamie's gloved fingers pause on a faded envelope, nearly buried beneath a stack of overlooked reports. She lifts it, revealing a fingerprint smudged across the flap, one that doesn't match any in the initial database. Her pulse quickens. She cross-references the print, and a new name flashes on the screen. A name that's never been on the suspect list. Dr. Evan Clark, Sarah's trusted family physician, cut to tense discussions in the squad room. Detectives crowd around Jamie, voices hushed but urgent. "How did we miss this?" one murmurs. On the evidence board, Dr. Clark's photo is pinned beside Sarah's, a fresh line connecting them. The room is thick with suspicion and disbelief. Jamie's discovery ignites a new fire in the investigation. Old interviews are replayed, Clark's alibi re-examined, and a timeline reconstructed. As the suspenseful music swells, the camera lingers on Jamie's determined face, a rookie thrust into the center of a storm, her intuition altering the course of the case. One overlooked clue has shattered assumptions, casting new shadows over a once trusted figure. And as the team races to unravel the truth, the story takes a chilling turn, reminding everyone that the answers may be lurking where they least expect. Voiceover. As the first light of dawn spills across the city, the truth finally comes to the surface. In a quiet sunlit room at the precinct, Dr. Evan Clark sits across from Sarah and the lead investigators. His voice trembles, but there is relief in his confession, a heavy burden finally lifted. He speaks of mistakes, of fear, and of the desperate choices that spiraled out of control. Tears glisten in Sarah's eyes, but there is strength in her voice as she faces him, no longer a victim, but a survivor seeking understanding. Detectives exchange glances, exhaustion mingling with gratitude. The case that haunted them for so long is finally at rest. Outside, the team gathers, sharing silent embraces and words of comfort. The camera lingers on Sarah as she steps into the golden morning, her family and friends by her side. The world, once fractured, begins to mend. Soft rays of sunlight illuminate scenes of healing, Sarah planting flowers in her garden, detectives sharing coffee and laughter, a city waking up to hope. The wounds may never fully disappear, but together, they have found a way forward. Voiceover, gently. Sometimes, closure isn't about forgetting the past, it's about finding the courage to face it, and the strength to heal. As the sun rises on a new day, Sarah and those who fought for her can finally begin again, united, resilient, and free.